Hey guys, I'm Tyler Wysong. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. This is the place where I want to help teach you how to sing with more range, power, and freedom. Today we are going to be discussing and looking at the mixed voice. Now, one reason I'm able to do that is because I'm not pulling up my chest voice. Now, I'm also not flipping to my head voice. There is adequate head voice release when I get to that top pitch there, but I never let go fully of my vocal cord closure, so it helps me stay connected. So I want to talk about this today, about this mixed voice, because I think it is absolutely essential for you to develop as a singer. Now, I am not against belting, but in this channel I don't teach it. So that's why today we're not gonna talk about how do you pull your chest voice up as high as you possibly can. If you want to learn to do that, this is not the place to do it. Because this is the place where I want to help singers learn how to blend the voices, the chest voice and the head voice together, because I think it's easier and I think it's more sustainable, and I just think it's healthier on the voice when you mix the voices together. I'm not claiming that it's healthier than belting, but this is the place where we're going to learn mixed voice. Okay, here's the issue for me. If I have a really strong chest voice, and we could go into in-depth discussions, and potentially we will, on the acoustics of these terms, like chest voice, head voice, and mixed voice, because they all have a different acoustic makeup. There's no such thing as the same acoustic, there's no such thing as the same acoustic configuration all the way through. It's just nonsense to think so. It's just not the way acoustics work. So I'm not gonna get into this right now, but you have formants that exist in your vocal tract, and those formants amplify harmonics that the vocal cords produce when they vibrate together. And there are different harmonics that get boosted. For example, the second harmonic gets boosted by the first formant when you're in chest voice, and the first formant boosts the first harmonic when you're in head voice, and yada yada yada. But look, you're not here to learn physics, you're here to learn practicality of how to actually do this. I just wanted to make the point that there is in fact absolutely different acoustic makeups for all of these different voices, and we need terminology like chest voice, head voice, mixed voice, or some people want to say high voice, low voice. That's fine, but you got to put a label on it. Otherwise, how is your mind going to remember how to do those coordinations? Now, this is the issue, because if I say I'm trying to stay in my chest voice, and I'm being a little exaggerate, but it just doesn't feel good. It starts to feel overly compressed, and the higher I take that, the worse it's gonna get. And the problem with that is, that's not a high note for a guy, for a tenor, but it feels high in my throat. So that's an issue for me. Here's another situation that some of you might run into, and that is flipping to falsetto or even head voice. But if I say I'm just cracking, I'm letting go too suddenly. Well, really, I'm just letting go completely, and the vocal cords then just flip to airy falsetto. Lots of air running through. That's not ideal either. So you have to learn how to maintain adequate level of vocal cord closure through the bridge, through the passaggio, which is for tenors, typically around E, F, and F sharp. For women, again, this depends on the voice type, but typically your first passaggio, your first bridge is around A, B flat, B, which is consequently the tenor's second bridge. If you're a bass baritone, yours is going to happen even sooner, which is going to be around A, B flat, B down here, where you're going to feel this transition of resonance, this situation of a formant boosting this, the first formant boosting the second harmonic to to letting go of that second harmonic is the acoustic way of looking at it. But we're not going to get too much into physics today. Save that for another time. So I want to show you chest pullers, and maybe even you head flippers out there, an amazing little tool you can do to start connecting those vocal cords and transitioning into mixed voice. So we're going to start here. What I want you to do is any exercise you do, for example, maybe mum, 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 maybe na, 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 nay, 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 anything like that, take your hands and put them over your mouth like that. And what we're doing is we're adding an additional resistance or a semi-occlusion around the mouth, which is going to help put the vocal cords in a better position, in more of a mixed configuration at the get-go. So if I say this, na, 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 not that, and not middle. I mean that middle configuration or the mixed configuration at that point. Now what's amazing about that is I feel like I could go higher when I get to that spot. So if I say and now I'm back to my chest voice. And not once in there am I going, I'm not doing, there's no breaks, there's no pulling, there's no yelling. There's just a sensation of allowing that nice occlusion, which creates this feeling of back pressure, to do the work. And that's why I like doing these types of exercises so much, and I implement these all the time with the clients that I teach. You absolutely need a mixed voice, even if you want to belt. Even if belting is your thing, you should still find a mixed voice to help keep your voice balanced. Now, another question I get all the time is, what does mixed voice feel like? It's a very difficult question to answer because I do believe we are all very unique and individual, especially in the way we experience things, because there's quite a few things you could be focusing on. But I want to give you a very simplistic answer of how it does feel for me. Often, in order to feel things, we need to contrast it. So when I pull up my chest voice and I say, I feel this sensation of splatting at the mouth, and it goes very wide and horizontal in terms of the resonance. It feels here. Now when I go to mix, I feel a subtle ascension of resonance. This isn't actually what's happening, but it feels like the sound is piercing through my palate and going up into my head. Of course, we know that there's not really much space to resonate in your head unless you're a tenor, of course. Just kidding. But we have a brain up there. There's not just empty spaces up there for the sound to go. However, it does feel that way. There is this perception of the sound piercing through the palate. Now, the part of the palate that I feel the most where it seems to pierce through is what E. Herbert Chasery would call the vertical. Find the space where your hard palate and your soft palate meet. That's where I feel my sound all of a sudden when I go to mix kind of pierce through there, and the sound seems to live more up here for me. Although it still stays connected because I'm not going trying to change into another voice. That's not mix. You can train your head voice that way, and that's fine. But we don't want to pull up chest, and we don't want to flip the head. So when in doubt, cover the mouth and mix. And it feels so much better when you do that. I feel like I can lean in. I feel like I can hit all of the notes that are required of a tenor. At this point, when I use my mixed voice like that, I feel like I have all the notes I need to sing the songs that I want to sing. I really do hope this video helps some of you out there. Give this little trick a shot. Cover your mouth, sing your exercises like that, and don't forget to take the hands away and see what voice emerges from your mouth. And remember this, the mixed voice might feel different than you expected it to, and that's okay. Allow it to come to you, don't force it. One of my mentors used to always say, don't direct it, expect it. And I believe that doing exercises like this can absolutely help you to start expecting the right coordination to come out. So if you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit subscribe to my channel because I have more vocal tips like this coming for you soon. Until next time.